Hello YouTube, welcome to Angelo Crypto. In today's video we are going to cover Lucid Group. There have been a lot of developments recently with this stock. We have seen a strong downfall. Basically what has been happening on the market are two main events. First off, we have the Omicron virus that has been scaring off investors. They do not know if there's going to be another lockdown or not, and that has caused fear. But with Lucid Group, we have seen a stronger action than the average stocks. There have been more developments with it, and especially there is an open investigation from the SEC regarding the merging of Lucid Group with Churchill Capital. The SEC it is asking for more paperwork and more details regarding their projections, regarding the pro forma statements of Lucid Group, and this has scared off investors. They do not know if there's something wrong with the company. They do not know if there's going to be more downfall. They do not know if there's going to be basically more problems for Lucid. And we can see that recently also other firms have been opening investigation on behalf of Lucid Group shareholders, and this has further added to the steer and has basically caused the stock to tank. We see that we reached a high on November 15, 16 at the price of $55, $56 per share, and we kept holding onto that level until December 1, 2, and we slowly basically hit a resistance level to that point. And then following the SEC investigation on December 6, we basically had a strong downfall on the way down. We reached the price level of $35, $36 per share. As of this point, we are reaching support levels. We do have a strong support that holds even from the past, from the last year, and at this price level we are seeing the stock downfall kind of like stopping over there, and we are seeing a slash doji forming. This candle over here gives some hope that this decline trend might be due for a correction, or that it might be ending. We are also seeing on the short term that the trading volume it is close to average, but during the downfall we see like the volume trend, the volume has been below average. This kinda tells that this is more a emotional reaction and not a strong pullback and not a strong volume movement. In the short term, what's going to happen with this company, it is unsure. By fact, we know like as of right now the price it is on a bargain. Looking at the exponential deviation bands, a indicator that measures price differences and statistical deviations from the mean, we can see like the price it is hitting the lower band of the exponential deviation bands, which kind of signals that the price is cheap compared to the average prices. This might be a good buying opportunity, but we also need to remember that with the SEC investigation, we don't know what are the results. We don't know if the company is going to be on more troubles. So to be prepared for the short term and to possibly trade this short term on the short term, maybe playing a option strategy here can be worth. Maybe buying some put options on the way down can be a good strategy. We don't know, because if we buy at this position for long, we don't know if again what is the SEC going to say about the investigation. Maybe there's bad news, maybe there's good news. If there's good news from the investigation and if Lucid Group results clean, then yes, we're going to see a strong momentum on the way up. The stock is going to move up with a lot of strength, but until then all we can do is to wait, and that is on the short term. Looking also at another indicator, the Stochastic Macd, we see that in November 15, 16, we reached the overbought area, and then after the news of the SEC investigation, we see that the indicator started to tip down and it's reaching mid values. So by default, by itself, this is a average price. This is what the indicator it is showing. So even as of right now, this price it is cheap by various metrics, by various indicators. Now, what is going to happen in the long run? Well, that is another question. Looking at the financial statements, we do see like the company it is heavily involved with investing and it is putting a lot of money into its projects. As of right now, we are negative on gross profit, on operating income. From continuing operations, we have negative earnings. The company is new, so they are heavily investing on their projects. Regarding the long-term action, we need to point out some details about the Biden EV tax credit bill. Basically, the president wants to incentivize buyers, consumers to buy EV cars that are made in USA. Tesla is one of the biggest players on the EV market. They do not qualify for this because most of their stuff and most of the components are made out of USA. Unfortunately, the same detail holds true for on 2020. Lucid announced a partnership with a South Korean company, LG Chem, on February 2020. So that means most of the components and the most important components of Lucid are made international, so there is not a lot of credits that buyers can be incentivized to get from this bill. The car comes at various prices. There is the Lucid Air, which comes at $74,000, and with a discount, because they are still gonna get some small discount from the EV credit bill, the price will go to 69,000. Now this is a expensive price, but yet again, we are competing with Tesla and other main players in this market. As of right now, Lucid has more than 10,000 reservations on their newest model, and we also need to point out that by itself the car did really good on its tests and it's actually beat Tesla. They did more miles per one charge, which is one of the main factors that measures the success of EV cars. So yeah, Lucid Group it is staying on good position. Regarding their long-term plan, Lucid Group announced that it is going to offer convertible senior notes of 1.7 billion. That is impressive considering the fact they had their IPO a couple of months ago, so they are actively and aggressively building capital to fund their projects. Now, we also see another interesting trend, which is the fact that regarding institutional ownership, there 1.08% of the whole company it is held by institutions, and we see strong buying activity, but we see no selling activity from institutions. That means the big money is believing on this company, wants to see Lucid to be successful, and they are investing with it. So maybe that is a sign because they say follow the money. Maybe on the long term, the price area that we are right here of $37, it is really good to enter. Maybe this is a discounted price and entering into this position long for the long term might be a really good idea, but as of right now, in the short term, as said, we are unsure and we will need to see the results of the SEC investigation. Regardless, setting a tight stop loss at this price area would be a good advice. We don't know again what the results of the SEC investigation will be, so until then, yeah, we will have to wait. Alright guys, that was for today's session. Thank you for watching Angelo Crypto. Don't forget to subscribe and see you on the next video.